What is up, you guys? It is New Year's Day 2025. I'm out here in the shop. I wanted to take this opportunity to show you guys our 4-foot DIY smudge pot kit, what comes in the box, and kind of how to assemble it a little bit. So what we have here is our American flag and eagle flue. We do offer it without any artwork for a little bit less money, and then we also offer a fully custom. Put your name in there, your logo, business name, whatever you want to do there. Let's just start off with this flue. So this flue will come shipped in a separate box, and then obviously the artwork will be cut into it however you would like it. And then we have these little holes down here, and this allows air to come in the flue and kind of act like a Venturi effect. So as this warms up, you can push these in with like a long flathead screwdriver, or you could do it here on the workbench if you wanted to. This is all one-piece flue, so there's only one seam to weld up, and we do recommend to weld this in its entirety, but do it in stitch weld. So what I like to do is I start down here, I tack it all together first, and then I start at the bottom. I'll lay it on the side here, and I'll use 45-degree clamps or magnetic clamps to hold it at 45 degrees, and I'll just stitch weld like probably 4 or 5 inches on both sides, one in the middle, let it cool a little bit, and come back, keep doing passes like that. So then another feature that we have is our snuffer plate. This snuffer plate allows you to snuff out the fire. Some people call it a guillotine plate. We have a slot right here located on the bottom side of our flue that it will just simply slide in and snuff out the fire. So then moving on to the base. The base is also one-piece steel. There is nothing to weld on the bottom side. All you have to weld is a seam, vertical seam here, and this seam right here. And sometimes we weld these up, sometimes we don't. A lot of times if we do, we'll weld them from the inside, so that way we don't have to grind at all. It is very easy to weld these up. So what I like to do is I like to get these all lined up to where these two bins will be flush with the top of this plate here, of this flange. So that'll be flush. I'll tack it, and then I'll come down here. After I get all 4 of these tacked up, I'll come down here and squeeze this together, put a tack right there at that seam. Excuse me. And then what I like to do is I'll just run a bead all the way up here from start to finish. And once all 4 of those are done, I'll do one, let it cool off a little bit, move to the opposing side, do that one, let it cool off, and then continue to do that. And then what I like to do is I'll put it up on edge like this, and I'll weld this seam. That way you're not trying to fight it, you know, trying to try to keep your puddle a lot better that way. So like I say, this is a one-piece solid base, one-piece solid flue, and then we have riv nuts installed on the base. These are number 10 by 24 machine screws to hold your flanges on. So these flanges, they will come, all of our kits come with hardware and springs. So what you want to do is you take your flange, you set it on the riv nut on the opening, and then you're going to take your spring that comes in your kit, put it on a number 10 bolt, and then screw it in so it's fairly tight and you can still move the flange back and forth. And that allows the flange to stay open at whatever point that you'd like it to be open in order to get the air that you want. So we do that. And then also we have a big, large opening hole to be able to fill the tank. This is a basically a 2.5 gallon tank, capacity tank, excuse me again. This plate right here, same thing. We provide you with a number 10 screw or bolt to go right here with a spring, and then it will simply just lift up over this already pre-installed screw right here. That just allows it to latch down onto something. So you just lift it up over, it'll swing up out of the way. You can put your waste oil, diesel, kerosene, citronella oil, waste cooking oil, etc. in there, and then you can close it back up, keep it that way, and then when you're ready to light, you simply just open it, pour a little bit of diesel in with whatever you're trying to light. Pour a little bit of diesel in, like a solo cup full is usually all you need. Take a weed torch or some kind of torch, some kind of flame, and just stick it in there for 30 seconds to a couple minutes. It'll take off. You'll start to see the flame come out the flue. You know you're lit. That's kind of what that's about. So we have one big large fill hole and then 3 air holes and 3 flanges then. So next, let's talk about the feet. You're supplied with 4 of these feet, and then if you flip the base upside down, I like to set it like this on my table, make sure it's cleaned off, and then we have a line that is scribed onto the bottom side to help you line up your feet. So your feet, it's going to sit on here like this, and then you simply just line it up with that scribe line, and you put all 4 feet on there, and just tack them. I like to tack them on the back side of the foot, on this side of the foot, right in here, and then I'll just run like a 2-inch bead on, starting from here coming in, and then another one, and wrap this corner here on around. You could weld this whole foot on, not a problem. I do that every once in a while as well. And so after you get it all welded up, I do recommend that you let water set in it overnight, or at least for some period of time, maybe an hour or so, just to ensure that your welds aren't leaking. You can go ahead and fix it. Once you get the base all welded up, the flues all welded up, it's really simple to put together. What I like to do is have the opening line up with the snuffer plate. So what we have here is we have those 2 bins that we mentioned before at the top, and when you slide the snuffer plate into your flue, like so, it's going to actually ride on these flanges here and not drop into the tank, if that makes sense. I'll try to show that. But anyway, so that's how we do it. We'll just drop this flue right onto it. Of course, it'll all be welded, but you drop it onto it, and then we supply you with 8 1/4x20 bolts and washers. So you put a washer on each bolt, and you come and just start getting those set in those rib nuts. And then once they're all in, I like to start on the snuffer plate side and go ahead and tighten those down. Usually by hand with the ratchets, just plenty. You don't want to over tighten them at all. And then you just go around and tighten them all down. The nice thing about this design, other than the flue is all one piece and the base is all one piece for less likelihood of leaks or welds breaking, that sort of thing, is the ability to take this flue off and you can replace it. You can have an additional flue. We have people that take them camping, so they want something different on the flue when they're camping versus when they're at their house. Maybe they want game day, you know, whatever they're into, whatever sport they're into, or even something else. So that is one nice thing. You can always replace the flue with a different design. It's easy to put on, easy to take off. And then we do also offer these fully welded, so you can purchase them fully welded, and all you got to do is bolt the flue on and you're good to go. But otherwise, the DIY kit, it's a blast to do, it's easy to do, and you have a really nice finished product when you're done, and everybody's going to love it. All right, so I hope that kind of answers some questions. It's really simple to do, guys. It's a fun project. You get to do some welding, and you get an awesome finished product. So if you want to check them out, head over to our website. It's in the description, www.InSANDityFab.com. And we also offer some other sizes on there as well, in a DIY kit or a fully welded kit. We ship all over the US, and if you have any questions, be sure to reach out. We'll happily answer them for you. Thank you, guys.